Hello you guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and I hope that you guys are super interested in learning about Cleopatra. I think a lot of us know her as this iconic beauty symbol. She's often referenced to a lot as the siren type of woman, and her effect because of her intelligence, her beauty, and just her overall impact in the kind of greatness of her time. And it's amazing to see that all of us are still talking about her and that she truly was an amazing woman, and that's why it's something that we should learn about, you know? And for me, this interest really came, especially when I started reading a little bit more about history and stuff, going back into Greek history. I think it started when I first started learning about all of the Greek mythology and stuff like that. And then I don't know, it just kind of kept going and my interest kept growing. And then the Netflix show came out about Cleopatra, and I think that show was a really great insight to her intrinsic family life, everything that she had to endure as a kid, and how she was able to use her intellect in her studies. So some of the languages that she spoke included Egyptian, Greek, and Latin. She also was very well versed in literature, philosophy, and mathematics. And I think this is an important topic to bring up about her because a lot of women back then didn't have access to study and to learn these things. So I think it sets a great example for us now, especially with all the tools and all the access that we have now. We're able to learn these languages. We have the ability to study, to go to college. And I just think it's amazing that even though it was so rare back then, she had a natural kind of glue to it. She wanted to learn it, and she didn't care, and she didn't let it get in her way. And even though the men were often looked at as rulers, because of the effort and the kind of just motivation she had, she was looked at to become the next ruler instead of her brother, which is also something that we're going to get into. So she went through a lot as a teenager. Her father faced several rebellions and was eventually forced into exile, leaving Cleopatra and her siblings to rule together. However, tensions between Cleopatra and her brother, Ptolemy, they actually just fought so much because they knew that they were the next heirs, so it was kind of a battle of who was going to take it. Okay? Cleopatra was eventually forced to flee to Syria, where she began planning her return back to Egypt. Okay, so her birth date is debated, and it's not very clear when she was born, but there is some documentation that around 48 BC, Julius Caesar, the Roman general, arrived in Alexandria, seeking financial and military support from Egypt. Cleopatra saw this as an opportunity to reclaim her throne and to gain an ally in Rome. She was famously wrapped in a carpet and smuggled into Caesar's palace, where she seduced him with her charm and intelligence. Their relationship resulted in the birth of their son, Caesarion, who was delivered Caesar's heir. Okay. Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar was not only a love affair, but also a political alliance that served her interests. She used her influence over Caesar to secure her position as the sole ruler of Egypt, with Ptolemy as her puppet king. And I do remember in the show watching this, her brother was upset, you know? But back then, when you have such positions of power and when you're fighting with each other and you really care about who's going to be the next ruler, they had people murdered back then. It didn't matter if you were a family member. If you were standing in the way, they got you. So, after Caesar's death, Cleopatra returned to Egypt and ruled alongside her brother. However, the relationship was strained, and Cleopatra eventually had her brother killed, making her the sole ruler of Egypt once again. Cleopatra's reign was marked by prosperity and stability for Egypt. She implemented various economic and administrative reforms, improved the country's infrastructure, and was a patron of the arts and the sciences. She also expanded Egypt's trade and diplomatic relations, making it a powerful player on the international stage. Despite her accomplishments, Cleopatra's legacy is often overshadowed by her relationships with powerful men. Her affair with Julius Caesar, and later with Mark Antony, another prominent Roman leader, has been a subject of fascination for centuries. However, it is essential to recognize her as a strong and capable ruler in her own right. Cleopatra's impact on history is undeniable. She was one of the few female rulers in the ancient world and the last pharaoh of Egypt. This is why she is so amazing and so talked about to this day. Seeing her is just a sign that it's not very common, and for maybe some right reasons, but we do see Cleopatra is different from most. She took things into her own hands. She put in dedication, and she really did want to make Egypt a better place. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, especially if you want to see more content like this. And if there's something else or another person that you'd like me to make a video on to give you a little bit of historical background and add some cute images, yeah, just support the channel and that would mean a lot. So have a great day, guys. Bye.